This boy gains the abilities of the monsters he defeats, which boosts his strength. One day, Ein arrived at the Adventurers Guild with plans to sell all his loot. There were many adventurers there. When Ein tried to sell the items he had brought back from a hidden dungeon, the girl at the front desk called him a low-level appraiser and didn't believe Ein had the ability to defeat monsters. Others in the guild began to laugh at him, but Ein pulled out several rare materials, which shocked everyone in the room. They assumed that these items were stolen. That's when the guild leader, Mayanawa, arrived. She noticed that Ein's eyes were blessed by the god of elves, which surprised the front desk girl. It turned out all of Ein's materials were genuine. Jasupa, another adventurer, also confirmed that the materials were real. Mayanawa was disappointed because her staff had looked down on someone, which was unacceptable. She invited Ein to join her guild. The next day, Mayanawa personally went to find Ein and assigned him an important task. A mysterious creature created by a demon lord, once the world's strongest monster, had disappeared for a while but reappeared recently, attacking many people. Mayanawa wanted Ein to defeat the creature. Since the task was very difficult, she didn't force Ein to accept, but to her surprise, Ein immediately agreed. The monster lived in the desert, capable of absorbing magic and converting it into its own power. It could also shoot air bullets. Ein could only rely on physical attacks during the day, and the monster hid in the sand. Ein had to lure it out. However, when the monster saw Ein, it immediately attacked. Ein stood still, not moving. The monster, thinking it was the strongest in the world, mocked Ein for underestimating it. But Ein didn't care about the demon lord, he just wanted to kill the monster right away. The enraged monster shot an air bullet, but Ein easily dodged it. He swiftly cut off the monster's right claw, and the monster burrowed back into the sand, moving quickly. Ein struggled to judge the right moment to strike. Finally, the monster opened its mouth and swallowed Ein whole. But the next second, the monster exploded into pieces. It didn't understand what happened, only feeling intense pain all over its body. With its consciousness barely intact, it realized when it saw Ein that his eyes weren't those of prey, but of a predator. It couldn't understand what Ein had done. Ein began to explain that he had cast an advanced magic spell. He had set up a protective barrier the moment he was swallowed. Eventually, the monster was defeated, and Ein gained its abilities. The elves watching were thrilled. After all, Ein had previously defeated an SS-level monster. Now, only a hero who sealed a demon lord would be able to do such things. Ein didn't feel proud. He knew that he had only reached this point because of the elves' help. Later, the princess contacted Ein for an impromptu meeting because the king wanted to see him. The princess wanted to sit next to Ein, and so did the elves. The king first talked about the hunt for Behemoth, as he had already heard from the guild leader that Ein had killed a monster for the kingdom. The king wanted to thank Ein, as he was just as the princess had described, a genius. The princess also thought Ein was handsome, with great strength but no arrogance. Ein was indeed an exceptional man. The king then mentioned how Ein had saved the princess a few days ago. As a father, he felt he must bow and thank the one who saved his daughter. The king expressed great confidence in his judgment of people. Although Ein had great power, the king found his eyes foolish. Ein explained that his eyes were a gift from the elves and that he loved them. The king was impressed with Ein and gave him a pocket watch engraved with the royal crest, granting Ein free access to the kingdom from now on. With this, Ein could access documents that were previously off limits and go look for his family. After Ein successfully defeated the monster, everyone in the town began discussing the event. Meanwhile, the villain, Soido, was in a miserable state. He was jealous of everything Ein had now, especially since Ein had once been forced to live with his help. The next moment, a black elf appeared. She said she could lend Ein her power, revealing that she too was an elf.